She simply glanced straight ahead, then fled in terror without hesitation. There stood one of the deadly heart monsters. The monster lunged, but the girl dodged it. The classmates nearby were petrified by the sight, because if the monster got a hold of them, they would die instantly, without a doubt. Just as the monster was about to catch up to the girl, a boy picked up a stick and swung it at the monster, but the monster dodged it with ease. But this also bought the girl some time to escape. They used that brief moment to lock the monster out. To be on the safe side, they also propped the door shut with a cabinet. They thought this would be enough to keep them safe, but they never expected this creature to be so clever. It first climbed onto the roof, then crawled down the chimney. The vice class monitor was stunned when he heard the noise. He peered down the chimney. Fortunately, they had hidden in the bedroom before the monster emerged. After confirming that all the windows were secure, everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. Just then, the monster slowly crawled toward the window. The students were startled again when they noticed it. Fortunately, the window was sturdy enough, and the monster couldn't get in. But the creature didn't leave. Instead, it stationed itself at the bedroom door. Staying like this wasn't a viable solution. To escape, they decided to drive away, but they had to make the monster believe they were still in the bedroom. To fool the monster, the class rep pulled out a DVD and turned on the TV, so the sound of the movie would fill the bedroom. After setting everything up, they slipped out through the window. Jack looked through the opening and saw that the monster was indeed still waiting at the bedroom door. He then signaled for his classmates to go find the car keys, but on the way to the shed, one of the boys accidentally kicked a basin. Everyone instantly tensed up to the extreme. Fortunately, the monster didn't hear the noise. By then, the movie had ended, and the sound in the bedroom had faded. The monster realized something was wrong. It went berserk and charged toward the chimney. Jack noticed this too. He shoved a broomstick into the chimney to block the monster's exit, but in the end, he couldn't seal it off completely. The monster emerged, enraged, and lunged directly at Jack, but a classmate standing nearby struck it hard. But the creature wasn't just unharmed, it was even more aggressive. It lunged at the two of them again. They used a warning sign to block the monster's attack, but unexpectedly, the monster's strength was astonishing. Just as the classmate was about to be grabbed, Jack grabbed the warning sign and flung it violently. The monster was sent flying. Taking advantage of that moment, the two managed to hide. They also found the car keys, but when Tom saw the manual transmission truck, he froze. He only knew how to drive an automatic. Meanwhile, the monster was crawling through a crack. A girl, seeing this, tried to grab the car keys to hide, but the boy refused to give them to her. As they struggled over them, the keys fell behind a metal cabinet. The class rep tried to reach for the keys, but he was always just a hair's breadth short. This made the girl furious. It turned out her family ran a driving school. Hearing this, Tom regretted his decision. By now, half the monster's body had already entered the room. If they let it in completely, everyone inside was doomed to survive. The class rep decided to send someone out to lure the monster away. Who would go out would be decided by drawing lots. Whoever had the shortest chopsticks would go out. After the draw, everyone quickly revealed their chopsticks, except Tom, who hesitated to take his out, because his chopsticks were the shortest. At that moment, the class representative caught on. He secretly snapped the chopsticks in his hand, to lure the monster out. The class representative prepared a metal bucket and a stick. Then he used the stick to bang on the bucket to make noise. Sure enough, the monster heard the noise and charged over. Meanwhile, a girl had retrieved the car keys. She started the engine and sped off, watching his classmates' receding figures. The class representative let out a long sigh of relief. But was he really going to die here? The class rep resolved to find the monster and fight it to the death. But after searching for a long time, he couldn't find it. Little did he know that the monster was right behind him. It quickly closed in on the class representative. At that moment, the class representative sensed something was wrong. He turned around, dodged the monster's attack, and ran. The monster gave chase relentlessly. Soon, the class representative was cornered at a doorway, but the door was locked. No matter how hard he banged on it, he couldn't open it, and the monster was right in front of him, blaring menacingly. Just as the monster lunged forward, a sudden cloud of white mist appeared. It turned out Tom hadn't left after all. He took out a can of liquid nitrogen and sprayed it all over the monster. When the mist cleared, the class representative was stunned. It turned out the creature was afraid of the cold. They thought it was over, but neither of them noticed that the monster was slowly stirring again. Just as they stepped out, the platoon leader pulled them down, allowing them to narrowly dodge the monster's attack. The platoon leader fired a burst at the monster but missed. At that moment, a girl appeared and took the monster down with a single shot.